Hi, Rich and Sherry Smith here, missionaries in Antigua, Guatemala, Central America, and we love the opportunity to speak with you today on something that is close to our hearts and close to the heart of the Lord. There's been a lot of discussion and interest related to the recent movie Sound of Freedom, and people wondering, how can I plug in? How can I help with the plight of orphans and vulnerable individuals that are being taken advantage of? Well, God placed this same topic on our hearts about 2 years ago through discussions with our adopted son, Edwin, and getting to know many of his friends who are also orphans, and seeing and hearing their struggles as they come out of orphanages at age 18 when they're pushed out. I want to tell you that stirring in your heart that you feel from this movie is not just a stirring that is done by good theatrics, by good cinematography. It is something that the Lord has placed in your heart. Deuteronomy 10:18 tells us that the Lord defends the rights of the orphans and widows, and that He cares for foreigners and gives them food and clothing. We know what it's like to be foreigners in another land, and that He provides food and clothing. How does He do that? How does He care for orphans? How does He care for foreigners? He does it through the hearts of His people, through you. And that is not plan B, C, D. It is plan A, and it is the only plan that He has. It is through His people and the stirring that He puts in your heart. So what we want to do today is talk a little bit about what He has placed in our hearts, and that is the mission of creating a transition home and a program for young adult orphans that are pushed out of orphanages when they turn 18. A program that is three-pronged, that will train them spiritually, it will mentor them in life skills, how to relate interpersonally, how to take care of property, and how to prepare occupationally for the life that's ahead of them, and how they can work to be independent, solid citizens and not be taken advantage of in a vulnerable state.
So we're really excited to update you guys on the next step of construction that's starting right now, and that is the facade of the building. As you probably know, the last several months has been a lot of work building the perimeter wall, the big security perimeter wall. Now, what we need to do is what our architect calls the cover of the book. So the entire front part of the property. So this will include the guard station, the big gates, and then the front of the clinics that will be on the site, a dental clinic and a medical clinic, and the front of the trade school. And these are really important parts of this process, and we're really excited about this. These parts of the property, these buildings on the property, they will be for the mentoring, the training, for job skills, for life skills, and giving a place for a community for discipling for the guys and the girls in the program. So they can learn dental assisting, medical assisting, they can learn welding, they can learn woodworking, administrating, as well as these buildings will help serve the community, children in the community, just the community in general. So we're really excited about this part, and this phase should take about 3 months. Our hope is that it'll be August, September, October, maybe wrapping up in November. And at that point, we will have the entire front ready to go so we can begin infrastructure and the actual construction of the buildings.
So we're thrilled to announce that for the phase that Sherry just described, the facade, we already have the funds necessary to complete this segment of the project. It's about a 3-month project to complete this front portion. which is perfect timing because this part of the project can actually be completed during the rainy season. We've got a beautiful sunny morning, but we get a lot of rain during this time of year. And so this portion of the project can actually be completed during the 80 or so inches of rain we normally get this time of year. The very next portion that Sherry mentioned is the infrastructure. This is something where we need your help. We need to raise a significant amount of funds in anticipation of the next phase, which is the infrastructure. It's about a 6-month phase. There's a lot of work that has to be done in terms of water treatment plants, laying all the pipes and tubing for all the different buildings, preparing the electrical lines, etc. And laying the basic infrastructure, the excavation for each of the buildings to have a sturdy foundation. For that project, we need to raise between now and the end of the year about $175,000. I know that's a big chunk of money, but this is one of those things where you have to do the project the right way and lay a sturdy foundation. And then immediately following that, we will be able to start actual construction of the buildings. Super exciting, because this is not a project about physical buildings. That's our emphasis right now. But this is about construction of lives. This is about laying sturdy foundations, spiritual, occupational, and personal skill sets, so that these young adults have a chance in life. This is the heart of our God. And if you're feeling a stirring in your heart to do something today.
Thank you for everybody who has been in this with us already. We're so thankful for all the funds that we've received, and thank you for those of you who are going to help us take this all the way through.
God bless you.